Hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. I'm gonna cough. Yep. Okay. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Yep. I'm good. Probably. I don't know. I haven't slept. I'm really feeling it. Anyway, oh yeah, I got to see the reactions to the first Minotaur Hotel videos, and I was really happy to see that no one made fun of me for switching to the dyslexic font. And if no one noticed, and that's why I didn't see any comments about it, then I guess I'm a fool for pointing it out. But that's fine. That's fine. Likewise, the rice is the only thing left plain. The salad is garnished with sesame seed and homemade soy sauce vinaigrette. The mackerel is accompanied by shredded daikon radish, and even the chicken has freshly made tartar sauce drizzled on. Wow, okay. Akoto appears to have made a veritable feast, though, as he asserts with a low bow, that this is all he could do with an hour's prep time. You can tell that it's more than enough. The guests seem to be wholeheartedly happy with the spread before them, but things hit a snag once all the food is on the table. Koda can only look on in mounting disapproval at the abhorrent lack of table manners, and his wide smile soon becomes strained in the same manner it did when he and Luke butted heads earlier in the day. More than a few guests struggle with their use of chopsticks, and the dragon is more than happy to give them wayward charges. Wayward charges? A helping hand, okay. Though he does not stop his, I need to, I am falling out of my chair. I am slipping and sliding. It's, though he does not stop his, lessons in the proper etiquette, even once they're all grasping the basics. Even Asterion frustrates Koda in this manner. However, innocently, the dragon lets out a sigh upon seeing that the Minotaur's hands lack the dexterity to use chopsticks, and continues buzzing about the dining room to lecture the hopeless cases. Yeah, the hopeless cases undeterred. Oh. When he comes to Greta's table, Ishmael catches the worst of it for teaching others wrong. He attempts to imitate Japanese culture, are all based on anime that he's seen, and as a result, it backfires spectacularly when faced with the dragon's scrutiny. Sir, please, do not bring the rice so close to your face. The bowl is to be held in front of your chest. To catch rice which falls from your mouth. To do otherwise would be most unbecoming. No, not like that. 4 fingers support the underside of the bowl. The thumb rests on the side. Your other hand is for the chopsticks. Is it acceptable to slurp your soup? It is acceptable to slurp your soup, but please do not belch in the other diners' faces. When the Frenchman reaches for the soy sauce and brings it to his rice, Kota can only point an accusatory hand at him and whisper, "Don't you dare," before he departs and begins to collect dishes upon the speeder eaters. Okay. Despite the formal atmosphere conveyed by Kota's meticulous decorations, the guests speak with hushed excitement. They move the restaurant's tables and chairs around to accommodate for larger groups if necessary, and sitting beside whoever they mesh with the best. Laughter skitters around, whispering and chit-chat hum and drown out the kitchen's noise. They exchange stories of their travels and how they found themselves here in the first place. But every few minutes you hear whispers about the Minotaur, the dragon, and the griffin. Some guests were more apprehensive than others when they arrived, as seeing a Minotaur at the reception was a shock, but Asterion revealed a charisma and levity. That's what I thought. Coda huffs at the remark. I see, in that case, excuse me, Kota, do you mind if I steal Asterion for a minute?
I'm almost finished here, and we aren't, getting any more orders. Go on, Asterion, have fun. Are you sure?
God damn it.
Are you sure? I can stay a little longer. It's no trouble at all. It will not be necessary.
Come on, I'm not giving up on this one. We both know you want to go out and meet them. Don't make me order you around.
Very well. If Master insists. Regretfully, I must obey. But would you allow me a few minutes to have dinner first?
You both walk away from Kota and leave him to his task. Okay. The internet has become one of those things, like the printing press, where you just can't imagine life without it, you know? For all intents and purposes, the internet is everyone's main source of entertainment at this point. Like I said, any movie, book, painting, music album you can think of, it's right there a couple clicks away.
It is fascinating. Movies are quite something, aren't they? We had a frequent French guest at one point. That knew a projectionist who owed him money. Every time he came back to the hotel, he'd bring new reels of film with him. We'd watch them in the lounge. It was quite wonderful. I do believe we have some reels stashed somewhere still.
Sure, but we haven't even gotten to the best part yet, Asterion. Now there are people producing content exclusively for the internet. They have the guts to go into niche subjects traditional media would never have investigated. Like video essays about the profound emotionality in the latest superhero movies. Oh man, that's those ones are bad. Or video diaries where they disturb the resting grounds of foreign culture. Oh, issy. Or mashups that mix moe anime openings with Norwegian screamo black metal bands, or videos chronicling drama between video game reviewers that may or may not have mentally abused each other. I can watch that shit all day. The Minotaur shakes his head and tries to smile.
That does sound very interesting, Master. Even if I am somewhat lacking in context to grasp what you are talking about.
Oh, trust me, after a month or so of watching the stuff, I'll have you caught up. Asterion's gaze turns blank and unfocused as he contemplates the amount of precious time he will be forced to waste in these upcoming months. What were you gonna do at that time anyway, Asterion? Like, what? What? Come on. We can watch all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series. No, that's a terrible video series to watch. People should instead watch Progression Playoffs. That's where it's at. He comforts himself, thinking surely it's better than being locked up in a pantry for 70 years. But how much better? Just bear it, Asterion thinks to himself. Hide your face and bear it.
The internet does sound exciting, my lord, but how do we bring it here? How does it work?
Good question. You mentioned the hotel used to get radio signals. I'm gonna sneeze. I have to blow my nose. Oh my god. How was that accomplished back then? Can I skip this? Yes. Kota makes an appearance, and his large body flows around the table as he refills glasses and gathers up empty plates with a servile bow and smile. Conversations die where the dragon goes, and then resume in hushed, excited murmurs, at least until his hand slips and the glass falls to the floor. The horrified expression on his flushing face, cuts the tension like a knife, and the guests laugh and smile and wave away the dragon's embarrassment, Dragon's embarrassed apologies with open, easy warmth. Both you and Asterion can feel it amidst the bustle that fills the lounge, that mixture of heavy melancholy and light, a fluttering hope swelling in your cheeks. Only now do you realize how silent the hotel has been so far. No footsteps breaking the hallway's monotony. No voices to bring thoughts. Yes, okay. Okay. Ah! Blessed. But you see, in a single day I learned that there is such a thing as a Minotaur, and also a talking dragon in a desert. We were in Eastern Europe and now in a desert. Okay. Does she not have fun? Oh, okay. I was really hoping that she would have, like, cutie dialogue with, like... Oh god, I'm gonna... No, I'm good. You let go of your bowl, and mayonnaise-covered soy mush and snort at him. You look funny, almost as if you had just lost a world record attempt because of a goof. Are you alright? The Minotaur's eyes shift down to his plate. He recoils further into a compact ball of fur, his hands clasped above his legs. Asterion's unease crawls over you and gnaws away at the confidence over this situation. Such a simple thing, a breakfast. Just last night he had a... Okay, yes, I remember some of this dialogue. I remember the flow, as it were. Oh god. Make a mess of your Speedrunner. Okay, wait a minute. Have I had the resolution wrong this whole time? Oh, fuck you. Here I am being an idiot. I'm not re-recording. You all just have to deal with that. Oh, I did have troubles opening the program. So, like, it must have reset the resolution. That's fine. Okay. Looking at Asterion with less than good intentions, you take up the once vexing spoon. Asterion goes quiet, almost holding his breath in wonder at what you might do now. You bring it over the jam jar, as if to scoop out a glob to spread on the toast. But you keep going. The spoon passes over the butter, preserves honey upon your... until you arrive at the cup of orange juice. Instead, the spoon hovers over the jar and leaves it untouched. Your arm stretches further, and the spoon passes over the butter. Wait, oh, did I... Oh, I hit the Alt button instead of the space button. We're getting there. You plunge into the glass and lift a dripping spoonful.
What are you?
Asterion's voice drops as you pour it on the toast. The juice splashes on your clothes, but you pay no mind. You lay the spoon to rest on the jar of jam, like a mighty Excalibur buried in its ancient stone. The horror continues as you tear the toast into bits and pieces of soggy, floppy bread. It continues to drip juice on your clothes as you lift it up and drop it in your mouth. Delish, you have to try this, Asterion. But your rampage cannot be over yet. You look over for your next victim. You take the bread knife. With its rounded tip, it can barely pierce a slice of cured meat. You scoop it up and drip it into the jam. It falls into the jar, and you struggle to get it out with the knife before the entire thing tips over, sloshing onto the table. Whoops, sorry. It begins to dawn on you that you're creating an even greater mess, one that Asterion might have to clean up himself. But your underdeveloped brain cannot hold such a complex thought for long, and it fades away in the blink of an eye. I suppose I'm not the best at table etiquette, am I? Asterion looks at the dreadful stains piercing the once bright cloth and clenches his teeth to stop himself from weeping.
This tablecloth was knitted by a survivor of the Great War as a personal gift to me, after I helped him regain the use of his crippled fingers.
Hey, we'll get this cleaned up and up together, but we should start with you first before we go back to eating.
I don't know if I can after that.
Come on, we've got this. I don't think I'm quite done teasing you yet. Asterion takes a deep breath and looks over to the sink before looking back at you. Part of him realizes that you're just trying to help, as eager to please as he usually is toward the master. He recoils a bit, resting his hands upon his legs, and almost staining his pants with the mess of jam, orange juice, and cheese oil on them.
You want help with?
Oh, you want help with that? Asterion jerks his tail, twitching his ears, and lets out a rumble from his chest. His legs shift, hooves scrape against the floor, but he nods. He extends his... Okay, yes. This is fun. What a fun Yes, okay. What a fun breakfast time, you know. We do the thing. Medallion? Medallion? Medallion. This is a good moment to give Asterion a little gesture of your appreciation for his services these past few days. As something simple he can appreciate, you study his every feature, the shape of his head, the curve of his horns, the size of his eyes. Your mind's eyes capture his likeness, then imbue it with a tinge of comfort and affection taken from your own heart. The Minotaur looks back to you, concerned about your squinting eyes and furrowed brow as you hum the tune to yourself aloud. You miss all the beats and make some weird noise with your nose as your control of the airflow goes a little off. A bubble of snot escapes from your nostrils. But it seems to work as you notice the familiar blinking of the lights and a light rumble under your feet. You open your hand and stare at your creation. You can't help but smile and rejoice a little in your artistic abilities. You even included a cute little string for Asterion to wear your creation. You approach Asterion and hand him the medallion.
Oh, is this for me, Master?
Yes, do you like it?
Please excuse me, but I'm confused. Is this supposed to be me?
Yes.
I see. You took some artistic liberties. I don't think my horns look quite like this, and... What is this symbol next to? Is this a number 1? What does that mean?
It means number 1 moo. I can't fit, world's best moo on it. He looks it over. Even for something made by mind alone, your fingerprints are evident all over it. Even the inscription on the back appears to be made with a fingernail. A clumsy work of dedicated hands. Asterion looks over the indents of your thumb, the overworked, sincerely overworked cheeks, and the snout as round as a calf's. The horns, if uneven, were made in his image. He sighs, stares at the medallion, and mutters,
Look not far up the mountain, where you aim, but back toward each step you are rapidly made.
What?
Nothing. Thank you, Master. It's a sweet gesture.
Asterion takes the necklace and puts it on. Ah, it's beautiful. Oh no. We're ending the part here. I'll see you around, everyone.